Predictit.org, which is the website that allows traders to make their bets on future political events with real money on the line. Their co-founder, John Phillips, joins us now. So, John, we just gave the odds of a government shutdown hitting a record high there. How has that changed over the last couple of days, and in particular today?
Well, you know, it's been bouncing around, and what's really interesting is the odds of a government shutdown, if you ask these traders back in 6 weeks or 8 weeks ago, were only 10 to 20%. And they spiked with respect after the President Trump's comments, which were so controversial, and the breakdown in negotiations, they spiked. But they were up to over 65%. Now they're hovering right around 47%. So at the very least, it's a jump of 17% in the odds that there's going to be a government shutdown.
Yes, so to some degree, people have got caught off guard by this, particularly in the last couple of days. But what we've seen, particularly today, is both from the Republicans and from the Democrats, a blame game going on. To what extent can you give us a sense of who people are blaming?
Well, you know, I think they're blaming Washington in general, and then it's going to be congressional seats are going to be won or lost based on who does the blame game a little bit better than the other side. I think the who's to blame sort of depends on where you sit on the political spectrum yourself. Right. These traders, remember, these traders are not necessarily partisans. These are people who have skin in the game. They're trying to predict what's going to happen, not what they want to have happen.
Yeah, it's such an important point.
In terms of, have you seen any changes on that? So let's talk about 2018 and the odds that the Democrats take the House. What is the current status of that, and what have the trends shown? And has the government shutdown affected that, or talk affected that in any way?
Well, certainly the odds have shifted as a result of government shutdown and other factors, but the tax cut, for instance. But the market is convinced, at least that by 65% are the odds that the Democrats are going to take control of the House of Representatives in 2018. And interestingly, it's 64% odds that the Republicans are going to retain control of the Senate. So it's almost a complete flip in terms of the market thinks that the Democrats are going to take the House and the Republicans are going to keep the Senate. I would draw your attention to Pennsylvania 18, which is a really interesting congressional race, just like Alabama. Lots of trading in the market.
Yeah.
The market's convinced, again, it's 68% odds that the Republicans are going to be able to retain that solidly Republican seat.
And talk to us about the volatility of these sort of bets. I mean, obviously, as it's a cliche that in politics, like, oh, a week is a year or whatever they say. So whatever it is from now until November must be like decades by that standard.
It's a lifetime.
And so does in terms of the volatility of these series, how predictive is it this far out?
Well, you know, the odds do change. If something has a 75% odds of happening, that means 25% of the time the other thing's supposed to happen. So it's not that the markets have 20/20 vision into the future, but markets are, generally speaking, quite accurate predictors of future events, whether they're economic events or political events. And that's what Predictit measures. It allows tens of thousands of traders with small money but real money on the line to be able to put their money where their mouth is. And I think probably better than pundits, markets are probably more accurate.